Many people play entirely by the rules. They earn a prestigious formal education and dedicate 30 straight years to the same company, yet still find themselves struggling to make a monthly mortgage payment. This reality contradicts our core cultural assumption that gathering more information guarantees a better life. If raw knowledge were the primary driver of success, the most educated individuals would consistently be the highest achievers. Instead, we see a recurring phenomenon of superior knowledge paired with inferior results. Someone can read every business book on the shelf and memorize the strategies of billionaires while remaining paralyzed when it comes to taking actual physical steps toward their own goals. A dense mass of habits and conditioning, known as the paradigm, silently dictates almost all human behavior. These deep-seated mental programs bypass our intellectual knowledge and govern our daily actions from the shadows. This internal friction between your conscious desires and your subconscious programming explains why willpower alone rarely produces change. You are attempting to drive a vehicle with the emergency brake of your conditioning fully engaged. To understand this operating system, we can look at a simple model of the mind. Imagine a single node split into two operational halves. The upper hemisphere represents your conscious mind, and the lower half is your subconscious. Your conscious mind serves as your intellectual interface, housing faculties like reason, imagination, and intuition. This upper half acts as a gatekeeper with the specific power to accept or reject incoming ideas from the external world. Your subconscious mind functions as your emotional engine. It is amoral, totally deductive, and completely lacks the ability to reject any idea impressed upon it. Once the conscious gatekeeper hands a thought down, the subconscious accepts it as absolute, undeniable truth. During infancy, the conscious filter is not yet developed. Your subconscious was wide open to every language spoken, every financial anxiety expressed, and every limitation modeled by the adults in your environment, hard-coding your default operating system before you could even think. While your conscious intellect today may harbor extraordinary ambitions for your future, your behavior remains anchored to an emotional engine programmed by your past. We can see this programming in action through the types of goals we set. A-type goals involve things you already know how to do, like buying a newer version of your current car. B-type goals are things you don't know yet, but can reasonably plan out through logic and strategy. Pursuing these first two tiers feels comfortable because they demand no real growth. They align perfectly with the existing code already installed in your subconscious paradigm. The C-type goal is different. It is a pure desire, a vision you have no idea how to achieve, but desperately want to see realized. Setting a C-type goal initiates a system crash. While your conscious mind embraces the vision, your subconscious paradigm rejects the idea because it contradicts your existing programming, creating massive internal dissonance. This mental friction produces physical consequences. The conflict generates doubt and worry, which mutate into fear when emotionalized. This fear expresses itself through the nervous system as anxiety, leading to behavioral suppression and eventually a state of depression. A realistic goal offers a comfortable, stagnant life, while a visionary goal necessitates psychological warfare within your own mind. Overriding this system requires bypass of the old paradigm. You achieve this by weaponizing your will, the conscious faculty that allows you to hold a single image in your mind to the exclusion of all external distractions. To force this new image into the subconscious, you must use relentless repetition. By combining sharp focus with emotionalized imagination over and over, you eventually embed the new code into your emotional engine. This process is grounded in the physics of energy. Every thought you think activates specific brain cells, which send a charge through your central nervous system. When the subconscious accepts a new image, this electrical charge shifts the body into a new energetic state, commonly referred to as a vibration. Operating in this new state alters your physical behavior and your perception of the world. By matching the internal frequency of your goal, you naturally begin to intersect with the specific ideas, people, and resources required to make that vision a physical reality. We inevitably attract the realities we subconsciously vibrate at, rather than the ones we merely wish for with our conscious minds. Most people trade their limited time for safe,
uninspiring A-type goals simply to avoid the friction of change. However, historical progress relies on C-type thinking. The Wright brothers committed to manned flight without having the engineering mechanics to do it. They ignored the testimony of past experience and held the vision until the physical solution emerged. Thomas Edison committed to illuminating the world despite thousands of failures. He lacked the specific formula for the incandescent bulb when he started, but his emotionalized desire for the result eventually pulled the solution into form. Sir Edmund Hillary's conquest of Everest was driven by the same principle. He failed twice, yet his desire for the summit was so focused that it ultimately revealed the path to the top. You must choose exactly what you want and refuse to let the programming of your past environment dictate your future limits.
Lock the image into your subconscious through repetition and wait for the behavior to follow. Extraordinary achievement requires installing a revolutionary vision into your mind's operating system. Once that internal model is fixed, your actions and your environment will inevitably shift to reflect it.